would like to graciously welcome you to the channel. Episode 2 of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier is here, and I'm here to review it. And like I do with these videos, I like to give you a rundown on how I personally do my movie or TV show reviews. First off, we start off with the good, and then we get to the bad. Typically, I do a standout performance, but like I said last time, the standout performance will be when I do a full series review. And lastly, I'll be giving my score and grade for this episode. So, without further ado, let's get to the good. First off, I'd like to say I found this episode to be an improvement from last week's episode. And not that I hated last week's episode, but I just felt like they improved on some of the things. They really dug deep in character development this episode, especially between Bucky and Sam as a team. I enjoyed most of their banter, like they're complete opposites, pretty much yin and yang. Prior to the show coming out, I heard the vibe would feel like the 80s or 90s buddy cop film. And yeah, it legit felt that way. Like it felt like your 48 Hours, your Lethal Weapon, and to a certain extent even Rush Hour. And I absolutely love that aspect of this episode. I completely ate it up. Another thing I love is that you felt the consequences and repercussion of Sam the Falcon's decision to give up Captain America's shield right from the jump. And that decision didn't only affect him. That's another thing. Steve Rogers' legacy lives on in this episode. You saw a bunch of characters dealing with it all sorts of different ways. But something that really stood out to me this episode, and I started seeing it in the first episode, is how they dealt with the Falcon. And what I mean about that, they're actually really diving into him being a black superhero. I'm surprised. That's not something I actually expected Marvel to ever really do. For example, something happens in this episode that a lot of black men deal with in America today. I was blown away seeing that actually happen on screen, on Disney. Wow. Like I was really sitting there, I'm like, wait, are they really doing what I think they're doing? Well, kudos to Disney and Marvel for that for sure. Alright, now it's about that time that we get into some of the bad. And this time it really wasn't that many. The one negative that really stood out to me this episode, and like I said earlier, some of the banter worked for me, and honestly some of it did not. A lot of the jokes to me felt very flat and forced. It wasn't really funny, and then it started getting repetitive over and over and over again. When Falcon and Bucky finally got together, some of the jokes was kind of lame and corny. I don't know if that's what they were going for, and especially in the little therapy scene they had together. Like part of that scene was really good, and then the humor, it was, it wasn't my taste of humor, I guess you could say. Because some of the humor cut a lot of the serious undertones that they were trying to do in this episode, and it really did a disservice to it. And John Walker, that fake Captain America, with his bootleg Falcon, I couldn't stand that duo. Oh my god. It already rubbed me the wrong way seeing that new Captain America introduced in the first episode. But episode 2, yeah, they took it over the top. Like, miss me with all of that. But yeah, those were the main negatives I really had with this episode. There wasn't too many, like I said. And now it's time for me to give this episode my score and grade. And episode 2, ladies and gentlemen, drum roll please, earns an 8.3 score and a B- grade. So yeah, there you have it. That was my review for episode 2 of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. And after 2 episodes, like I'm really enjoying this series, but I just want them to pick it up a notch because it's already episode 2 and there's only 6 episodes, I believe, this series, and not much has really happened yet. So I think they gotta, kick it up a notch. But I'm definitely enjoying it, to say the least. So like I do with every episode, I simply ask you to subscribe, like, share, and comment. Don't forget to turn on that notification, that little bell in the corner, letting you know whenever I drop a video. Until next time, peace.